right, FightHype.com here with my man Lonnie
Yes,
B.
sir.
Lionell Thompson, training a lot of guys at DLX here at DLX. Becoming one of the old heads.
Yeah.
But still fighting good.
Yeah.
Still getting down to 168 pounds.
Yep.
And while we're talking 168 pounds, man, what do you think of the Benavidez Andrade fight? It's gonna be the last pay-per-view Showtime ever does.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins that fight?
David. I think David is the real deal. Like, I talk my stuff about him, but that's just the competitiveness in me wanting to fight him, you know. But I think David is the truth. I sparred with him before. He's a real good jab. Don't get tired. Good. David got a real good punch selection. Like the way he mixes punches up real good. It's tough, big heart. I think he stops Boo Boo about 5, but I don't think he go past 8.
5, because usually that's Boo Boo's best. The first 4 or 5 rounds is when he's at his best. So,
well,
yeah.
If you look at when he fought Demond Nicholson, come on, like that really was a knockdown. They can say what they want, but if he really knocked Boo Boo down, and that fight was close, you know what I'm saying? And Boo Boo was coming off of how many losses?
Or you mean Demond? Demond Nicholson was coming off.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Demond Nicholson was coming off how many losses?
He got dropped a number of times
By
against
Berlanga.
Right.
You know, he just got stopped by the kid, Chris Malabi and
Mabili, right?
Mabili.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Boo Boo supposed to be the most avoided fighter, and couldn't get him out of there. And it looked like he was having a tough time. Look at his face; he was uncomfortable. He didn't want to be in there. You know what I mean? So I think David crushes him. You know, you know what I mean? I just think David runs through him.
Why do you feel that way though? When good boxer like Plant had a very good early part of the fight, and Andrade, like Plant, is looked at as a good boxer with smart feet, skills. So why can't he replicate what Plant did at least early?
Because if you look at it with David and Plant, right? Caleb is he got a lot left in the tank, so he gave David a little bit of trouble. But if you look at Boo Boo last fight, who Demond Nicholson has nothing left in the tank, and you saw his performance. Like looking at, if I never see them fight and I saw that performance, I would be like, boxing is straight political, because there's no way this kid is the most avoided fighter. Like he had pretty much somebody who has nothing left in the tank, couldn't even get him out of there, and looked like he was uncomfortable about being in there. If you look at the level of competition, the level of opposition, he not once, when you promoted like he is as the most avoided fighter and Canelo's so scared of him, you dominate guys like Demond Nicholson. You show that, listen, kid, you gonna get hurt today. You either quit or you gonna get hurt today. You know what I'm saying? You show the difference. In that fight, I didn't see what everybody else seen about him having this great feed and he's just so good and he's so scary. I didn't see that. I just seen a guy that's overhyped.
Could it be though, first fight at 68, coming up from 60, and he'll have those feet underneath him, quicker underneath him, being comfortable at the weight now?
Well, here's my thing. He's been a 60-pounder his whole career. It ain't like he had to struggle to make 168. You know what I'm saying? You're going up 8 pounds, so you can pretty much relax during camp because you ain't got that, like, man, I got to make weight. He's making, you know what I'm saying? It's like he can walk in. I'm pretty sure he walk around 175, maybe even lower. You know what I'm saying? So making 68 was nothing for him. So he should have had more energy and more power and more pop. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
Do you think he has more power than Plant did? He sits down on the shot more, or?
Well, I ask you this: who did he knock out?
Knocked out some middleweights. Jason Quigley.
Middleweight, but super middleweight, total different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, matter of fact, what was his percentage knockout ratio at 60?
It's a good question. I want to say it was at least 50%.
You sure?
No. Not sure.
Yeah,
Need the box right.
I doubt it. I doubt it was 50%. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then in fact he couldn't stop Demond Nicholson, who Berlanga dropped him 5, 6 times?
4 times.
4 times?
So you had numbers onto it, Lonnie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my bad. But the point is, Berlanga, who's really like still learning in the game, was able to put him down. Boo Boo, who's been around, top amateur. I believe he went to the Olympics, something like that.
08, yep.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And so you ask yourself, is the power there? Because it gotta be something. Demond Nicholson just got stopped by Chris, the kid in my show.
Right.
Mabili. So you ask yourself, is he gonna be a big puncher at 68? Do he got enough power to keep David up off of him? Do he got enough power to make David respect him? After seeing what he did to how he fought DeMar Nicholson, I don't think so.
Do you think because David's not in this kind of personal bad blood fight that he'll take more advantage of his offensive skills as opposed to the Plant fight where he was kind of reaching for power shots early? And
well, with that fight, certain fights, boxing is an emotional game, right?
Right.
So I think it was a build up for all these years, and I think I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think David was looking to look like a superstar. I think he was looking like, I'm going to fuck him up. This is personal.
Right. And
I'm going to destroy this kid. Whatever I got to do to destroy him. And I think, but being that he don't have the bad blood with Boo Boo, I think he's going to be more relaxed, like, yo. And David believes stuff that everybody say about him. So I think he's going to be sharp because he going to want to prove that. I'm pretty sure he ain't knocked Caleb out. He said he was going to. So I'm pretty sure he's coming back. I think David's going to come hard for this one, just to show people like, yo, y'all said he was the most feared guy. I didn't knock Caleb out, almost did, but I made up and knocked Boo Boo out.
Kenny Bayless did help a little bit there.
Yeah,
to be fair,
I agree.
To be fair,
I agree.
To be fair. But
the thing is, Kenny Bayless stepped in when Caleb was holding, but Kenny Bayless wasn't stepping in when David was punching. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
he let him punch out the clinch, right?
Yeah, so it's like they can make whatever excuse they want, but David didn't knock Caleb out.
Right.
Period.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, if he does get that Canelo fight, like everybody wants to see,
yeah,
that is a great fight.
Right, I agree.
Does he beat Canelo?
Yes, I think David beats Canelo.
Well, but because I've heard you've always said better beats Benavidez.
Yeah.
So then wouldn't the accuracy and the power of Canelo cause the same? I know he's way smaller than Benavidez, but still the accuracy,
right.
The power.
Right. But here's my thing. I don't think Canelo would be strong enough to hurt David. He just fought Charlo, who's a 54-pounder. Couldn't get him out of there. And Canelo fights in spurts. Like Canelo, great fighter. Canelo's a great fighter. He's a tough fight for anybody. But just looking at stylistic matchup, like Canelo will have to bring his A game. He will have to put punches in bunches. He can't fight in spurts. He will have to put punches in bunches because David is big, tall, long, rangy, don't get tired, put good punches together. And just that one punch thing that Canelo do, it wouldn't work against David.
Even to the body? Where people feel like, he's tall, slender, abdomen.
Yeah, but David punches good to the body too. And David don't get enough credit for his defense. He got good defense too. You know what I mean? So I think he would have to, if the Canelo that I've been seeing fights, that Canelo fights David, I think David wins. But if Canelo come back to the dog putting punches together, good fight. Good one. I believe it'd be one of the best fights that ever go down in the history of the sport.
Yeah, styles make fights.
You know what I mean?
That's what it looks like.
Two Mexicans, and they both putting them things together. It'd be like a Mexican version of Hagler Hearns.
Morales Barrera, but at 68, instead of 22, 26.
Exactly, and then they can throw Lonnie B in there, and I can give them a taste of it too.
What you got going on, Lonnie? I know you're training young guys here at the gym and whatnot, but break down everything that's going on in Lonnie B.
We slowly but surely coming back. I've been working with ProBox, talking to ProBox.
Perfect.
Yeah, we looking to fight in February. I was supposed to fight, but I had a shoulder injury. I messed my shoulder up again, sparring with Caleb. Messed my shoulder up again, so the doctor didn't clear me to fight. I've been taking the shots, so my arm is feeling better. And
trying to take his head off with a hook, man, and came up short through the shoulder. What happened?
No, it was good work. Me and Caleb, it was some guerrilla work. It was one of the days when we was working. It was Caleb. My hat off to him, a great fighter. But we was working. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I had to push the fight back. So we looking for February, fight in February, and I'll be ranked in the top 10. I'm just praying that the politics of boxing let me in, let me get a big fight, man, because just with my last fight, I don't get enough. I feel like I don't, not to talk about me, but I don't feel like I get enough credit, to move down in weight at 34 years old and beat a world champion my first fight there. You look at guys like Boo Boo. He's moved. How old is Boo Boo?
I think he's 35.
35 and moving up. I was 34 and moved down. Just told me one fighter in the last 20 years that moved down in weight at 34 years old and beat a world champion, first fight there. And mind you, beat him the easiest.
I might be able to give you a Nonito. That's about it. That's about all I can think about.
Donito was 40.
Yeah.
Donito, I give you that one.
He was in this gym too.
So, Donito. Okay, I give you that one. You got me. Donito. But it's rare to do. It's very rare to do. And, I think I had deserved to, I ain't saying be a gazillionaire, but to make some decent money, to fight the Davids and the Canelos. And I think I earned that right. And I say that because I've won 20-something fights I was supposed to lose. Much respect to Caleb, David, Canelo, much respect to all those guys. But those guys just did what they were supposed to do. They won the fights they were supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? And when they was in the fights they weren't supposed to win, they got paid. So why should Lonnie B be any different?
Got you, brother. Got you. Thank you, Lonnie.
No problem. No, thank you for having me.
Pro Box, man, that'll be great to have you in the main event of one of those cards, man.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I thank Chris and all those guys over there that's giving me opportunity. I thank those guys, and next year I believe is my year, and you guys will see me in some big fights, and Lonnie B will be the king of the super middleweight division.
Thanks, Lonnie. Appreciate you, brother.